Hi there, and welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. This episode is all about Shubunkins. You know that, well, I have issues with them and I love them. This was about the breeding program. Well, sadly, it didn't go as well as I had hoped. See, timing is everything when it comes to breeding Shubunkins. I'm not saying it was a total failure, but the time I got my fish out was late. See, I was tied up with doing the fish room and, well, with doing the pond over, and if the light amount and the temperature just isn't right, you're not going to get the full spawn that you'd hope for. And I think one of my females is getting a bit older, and I don't think she came into spawn at all. So, but I did manage to get some, and then I've decided to put some males. Well, I'm going to show you. These are my main female breeders and some males that are really wanted to breed with them. They've been out there for almost a month now, and other than a little bit of a chase, nothing happened. So I ended up moving the females back inside and a couple of the smaller males. Being that most of my bigger males are going to go into the large round pond outside that's attached to my koi pond. I didn't want the smaller ones, well, to escape. This one I'm really disappointed I didn't get a chance to breed this year. I really love the black and white on this one. And the finnage is, well, it's almost perfect, especially the coloring and the hints of black on the fins. And the fins are just about perfect size. These are a couple of the females that, well, they didn't breed this year. I'm not sure if it's because of age or just, again, because of my timing. There are a few immature males in here with them. I doubt they'll spawn in this tank. And even if they do, the odds are all the eggs will get eaten. And I'm okay with that. I'm just a little disappointed that it just didn't work out. This is the only female that bred this year. She's a good breeder. I like the red and white on this Shubunkin. The other couple larger male Shubunkins, well, they got lucky enough to go to the round pond this year. This is my upper round pond of my koi pond. And I decided to put some males Shubunkin out here, simply because I knew they wouldn't breed, and being that I didn't want my Shubunkins into my koi pond. And this is a good sized pond that's over 3 feet deep, and lots of room for these guys to grow and get some size on before the winter hits. Unfortunately, the females will had to go back downstairs, where they've got a big tank for themselves for the most part, and will get lots of feed. They were outside for a good close to a month, where they were able to put on some size and got some coloring from being outside, but obviously didn't get the full pond treatment that these guys are going to get. You know, I do love to see my Shubunkins in a bigger pond. It, it seems like a shame to keep them in small ponds. Even though this isn't the biggest pond in the world, it's certainly deep and big, and they're going to get lots of feed, both natural and what I feed them. I feed them several different types of pellets, including koi and goldfish pellets, along with a little bit of flake food, and of course some brine shrimp just for treats. But I anticipate some really great growth. Now, there's always a chance of them escaping, and, well, unfortunately, some did. Now, these guys aren't any of the escapees. These are just the males that are giving you a closer look. They're down quite deep. They're down almost 3 feet deep, so it's hard to get a real good view of them, but they're definitely liking the extra room, and they should really put on some growth and some enhancer coloring. Sometimes it's just nice to sit back and relax and to watch these guys swim around. But unfortunately, some of them, like I said, did escape into the main koi ponds. And being that they're only males, I'm not too disappointed. Some decided that they want to be koi. And in this big body of water, these big guys, well, they're not going to be on top list of the food, that's for sure. For the most part, they're going to hang out around the lilies. So eventually, when I do a clean out every other year, I'll remove them then, and they'll be massive. I will get a couple of good shots of them, though. Am I that disappointed that the Shubunkins got in here? No. As long as they were male and weren't going to breed, I'm okay with that. Not that I have a huge issue with people mixing koi and Shubunkins. I just think the koi are a little bit more aggressive feeding than the Shubunkins, and they won't get their fair share, uh, even though they'll find lots of food to eat. There's the two troublemakers right there. They are going to be beautiful. And they'll get along just fine with these big galoots. They really will get massive in this pond. I'm kind of excited about seeing how big they get. I may just keep them in after all. Because they certainly are showing no fear of the koi, and they're in no danger by the koi at all. Did I tell you my eldest grandson, Jackson, thought my stream just didn't look natural enough, so he redecorated it for me, and I love it. We had our two grandkids here for 10 days, and you know what? We just had a blast. And what water scene wouldn't be, well, right, without apparently a tank battle. Kids and their imaginations.
My name's Justin. I gave it this.
This is last year's Shubunkin fry, the ones that were a little bit small. I've kept them in this pond for the summer, hoping to get some half decent size on them. And I'm pleasantly surprised that they're growing quite well. There is certainly a lot in there, and there's a couple that have caught my eye. I may have to keep a couple of these. And it's not like I don't have the room now, so we'll see how that goes. Sure can hear that water coming in. That's a pretty strong pump for these guys, but seeing the number that's in there, I really want to keep the water quality good. This is actually their third feeding of the day, so they're not that hungry. Well, they're not hungry like they are in the morning, and they're just crazy for it. But you can really see them growing here and really coloring up nicely. There's nothing massive in here, but wow. There's some real beauties in here. Some of the blues in here. I'm definitely got to keep a couple of them. And the rest will go off the market. Which, helps pay the bills. And the fun of the hobby, right? I mean, we're here to learn and, experiment with different carrots on this for breeding Shubunkins, and I'm pretty happy with the results. And look at them all. There's really hundreds and hundreds in here. This is where I did have successful spawning. And if you look really carefully, you can see the, well, they're about 10-day-old fry, if that. They're just starting to feed on their own. Really hard to see them, as most of them are either clear or dark. And I'm just a bad time of the day to try to even film this. But trust me when I say there is a lot in here. And if you look really carefully, you can see them. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the numbers I got, even though I didn't get the optimum spawning that I had hoped for. But I can't complain. These guys will eventually get moved off to a bigger pond, and it was just convenient for breeding purposes in that barrel. This other one, I also had a successful spawn in. They'll stay in this larger preformed pond for the summer. Like I said before, the ones from the barrel in a few weeks will get moved to this pond. I'd hope my other Shubunkins would have bred in this and I would have had lots of fry in it, but I'll move the ones from the barrel in here. It is kind of nice to be able to, I said, relax and know that my fish are all happy and healthy in this environment that I've created over the years. The koi are definitely happy out there, and I think the Shubunkins up here look pretty cool. And hopefully I don't have any more escapees, because the plan is right now that I'll keep the males in here for the end of the summer, early fall, and then I think I'll bring them all in. Well, thanks everyone for watching this episode of Stubbs Shubunkins, or Stubbumpkins, or commonly known as Stubbs Aquatics. Uh, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you liked it. Uh, if you did, hit that thumbs up. Think about subscribing and hit that notification bell. If someone's asking why I didn't show my best Shubunkins from last year, well, I'm saving that for the last of the year, and I'll do a comparison of how they went out and what they look like coming back in. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Well, thanks again. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.